Yeah, what's up, peeps? Welcome to another episode of what we called here now, Five Deep. We've never had five people in the group for a long time now. I think we should change the name to Three Deep or Two Deep. There is three of us here, guys. So welcome to the group, Howard. Welcome to the group, Rodney. What's the cracking?
What's good? What's goody good?
You all right, Howard?
Yeah, I think maybe we should change the name to more or less Five Deep.
Yeah, we'll be here if we can be asked to show up deep. Something like that. Yeah. For you that's watching us here on You of the Tube, get involved this evening. Tonight we are opening up the room 5 once again. So tonight we will be discussing topics, subjects, issues, things that boil our shit that we want to put in the room 5 vault. So currently, as it stands, Rodney is in the lead and Harmony is in the lead. They've both got one topic in the vault each. So me and Howard have got some catching up to do. And a new rule has been brought in that you are only allowed to, bring one topic up once. So that means that you are disqualified for bringing up Game of Thrones if you so wish to tonight, Howard. I know it pisses you off, and I know you don't like it, but you've played that card. You cannot play it anymore.
This I'm calling an illegitimate, rules here. I want to recount.
What's your name? What's your name?
We got to get new electors.
Is it possible that you once it's there, and even though it's been there, like a life sentence, like there's a chance for parole to get it out, or that's just gone?
If you want to get it out, Rodney, you're more than welcome to get it out. But on this show, it's got to stay like R-rated. You're not allowed to. Is R-rated mean, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, were you
I don't understand these R's and the PGs and all that sort of stuff. Good evening, Marta. Nice to have you on board. Like I say, people, please like and share if you're new to YouTube. And let's get the show a cracking. Harmony, I don't know where she is, to be honest with you. She did say she was going to show up. She's possibly out hunting for some more work, because I know that she said that she was looking for some new clients to do some work. So she's either that, or there's a new full moon out at the moment, and it's a hunter moon. So perhaps she's out doing a bit of stargazing or something like that. I don't know what could be occurring, but I'm sure she'll pop in a very, very second.
So would you say she's gazing at the hunter moon, maybe?
She's possibly gazing at hunter's moon. Yeah, possibly. You could be right there.
That's not what I said.
Oh, right. Okay. I've misinterpreted you. I do apologize. I do apologize. Anyway, guys, what's the crack been then, Howard? What have you been up to this week? Have you had a good week?
Oh, yeah. Good week. Good week so far.
Last time we'd done a room 5, your mum was here. Is she in town at the moment?
She's at home, I assume, right now. She's not here.
Not locked in your cupboard at the back there?
Not locked in the cupboard. She had a good time. She really, she had fun.
Let's be honest. She stole a show, and Howard highly banned her from his house. He never wants her back there again. So
well, I didn't ban her from the house, but
you know what? I'm a little bit intrigued, aren't you, Rodney? Is what is in those cupboards at the back behind him? What are behind those doors? Is it a door to a different dimension? What do you reckon, Howard? Rodney?
That is the hole that I climb out of every day. So, when they say go back into that hole in which you came from, that back there, I climb out of that every day.
Right. I'm with you. So how's your week been then? Are you living the dream at the moment?
No, I'm pushing for it, but no, I think I had a pretty good week. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. I've finally woken up, kind of thing, because the last 2 months I felt like a big giant bear in hibernation. I've just really got home from work and I haven't been asked to do anything. I just want to sit down and chill and then fall asleep. And I just seem to be just living a half effort of a life, if you know what I mean. And I think it's quite easy, isn't it? I was watching a thing there on YouTube the other day that loads and loads of people at the moment seem to be in that weird space where they've got no get up and go and no momentum. We've talked about this on previous weeks. And I think for me, it's because I've been spending a lot of time on TikTok and I've been trying to get my numbers up on TikTok to get to that 1,000 so I can go live. And when you're on there, all you're seeing is people that's going on about the Ukraine war and when are we going to get nuked and Brexit and COVID and all this shit. And there's always all the time that bad news going on in the media, isn't it? And I think after a while, I mean, you got to realize that the last 2 years, we've kind of gone through a lot of shit in our lives, haven't we? We don't give ourselves enough credit, really, that we've managed to survive through all this shit for the last 2 years. Do you get that?
Yeah, I would say so. I think we tend to wallow in it though. You wallow in it too long, it's kind of hard to get out of. So I essentially stopped. I used to be big into watching political shows and debates and stuff like that, but during the last couple of elections, last 2 to 3 elections, for me it got to be a bit too much. So I had to just turn it off. Like I always had like CNN, Fox, MSNBC, and go to the radio station, the AM stations, and all that, because I wanted to hear every side of each debate. And it just got to a point where you go down that rabbit hole of negativity. I can't. I have enough going on in my life, so
are you not
I have to
much
get away from that shit?
Are you not much into your masturbates anymore then?
No, oh no, that'll since 13. I've been that's been part of my my
That's been
regimen.
your regular routine,
That's
kind
been
of.
part of my regimen to keep.
Yeah, I'm with you. Well,
It replaces the gym time.
we're going to go straight into room 5 now then. And because you won it last time. Oh, Howard's got something to say. Go on, Howard.
I was going to suggest to everybody out there that if you're feeling overwhelmed and life is getting you down, that it never hurts to take in some Howard's Blend plant-based protein with 20 grams of plant-based protein per serving.
Whereabouts can we hunt that down from then, Howard?
You have to go to my Instagram, which is at Howard's Blend, and there's a link there to the Shopify store.
Sweet.
And you can get some there. It's now available. We do still have a few of the 1 pound bag, but then now we've doubled the size because especially people like it when it's double the size. We've gone to 2 pound bags, which will be available soon.
Sweet. And what with all the floods that you've had over in the States and all that, I mean, I suppose people could just buy it and just put it in front of the doors to stop the rain coming in, I suppose, couldn't they? If they don't want to actually take it.
It has not been tested, and I don't approve of people using it as like sand, whatever, to stop floodwaters. But if you want to try it, go ahead. It would make it a quite tasty, barrier, to the floodwaters. When you don't need it anymore, you can just eat it, I guess.
Yeah, true. Anyway, moving on to this week's episode. Like I say, we have opened up room 5. We have got the vault open. We are going to be discussing some topics there this evening. So if there's anybody that's currently watching that would like to volunteer to pick a winner to go in the vault, for the topic to go in the vault, just listen and we will open it up later on. So because Rodney is he won the last episode. Can you remember what it was you put in the vault last time, Rodney?
I think it was people on either side of I don't know how I worded it, but people taking advantage of the system on either side.
Yeah. Well, because you won it last time, you have got the hot seat. So what is it you would like? What topic, subject, issue? What would you like to put forward to go into the vault of room 5 this evening?
Celebrities' opinions and their lives. If we never have to talk about what somebody ate or who they dated or what they said about this or what they said about that or what their opinion is, I could give a shit. So I would like to just toss that all the way in, never to talk about again.
Have you got anybody in mind? Is there a certain celebrity that's always bringing up stuff and you think, I'm not really interested? Is there somebody in mind that you're thinking of?
I don't know if there's anybody in mind. It's just that the news cycle seems to run to, like, when I do tune into something, or if there is a commercial in between something that I'm watching, or it seems to be that we put importance into what famous people think and what they're doing. So, and I don't really care for that.
Right. Anything you would like to think about that at all? Then, Howard, is there anybody at all, the celebrities that really boil your shit? I kind of guess what you're saying then. So what you're saying is that celebrities that should stick to being celebrities and not like getting involved in politics and shit like that, or what? I'm a bit confused.
No. I'm talking about our interest in what they're doing. You know, that we go to them for certain things. I'm not. You know, but I don't want anybody not to talk or voice their opinions. I'm saying the importance that we put on it as a whole. What we put importance on is, you know, we tap in and say, "Hey, I wonder what Howard thinks about this." And I go and talk to Howard, and he tells me his opinion, and then he says something about Mark, and then I go, "Hey, Mark, Howard just said this," and like these, you know, this is a constant back and forth. We want to know everything about him. I really don't care what people are doing. You listen, I got enough on my own plate. And you know, we put it up there so we can judge them and all that good stuff. So I'm just not interested in that
like
anymore.
a pro footballer that's a pro footballer, you don't want to know what his gardening interests are. You don't want to know what goes on behind the scenes. Is that what I'm struggling to get this. Is that right?
I'm leaning more into the obsession of it. Our obsession of it. If I never have to hear like
Right.
everything about what somebody's doing as is important, or we put high importance of it. That's maybe I didn't word it right. I'm talking about the importance that we put on what celebrities do.
Okay. But is there a celebrity out there that you think that you kind of know the ins and outs of a cat's ass about, that that you don't really want to know about? You know, is there one specific person that you're fed up of hearing all the shit that goes on about them?
No, I just start as soon as I see something, I just start turning it off because I'm tired of it.
Right. Okay. What would you like to add to that, Howard? Is there anything that you can say about that?
What I gather from what Rodney said is that, like, I can think of when I see the news and it's like, oh, so and so movie star and their opinion on this whatever issue. And it's like, okay, they're an actor or actress. I mean, sure, they have right to their opinion, but it's like, does it have to be news that they have this particular opinion? And it's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, they got, in terms of our electoral system, they got no more value than Joe Schmo that nobody knows about. But you know, it's like, I don't care what the hell their political opinion is.
That's the angle that I thought Rodney was coming from, to be honest with you. It's like we've got people over here like professional footballers. Like there's one guy called Philip Neville, and he was a good footballer in his day. But now all of a sudden you turn the telly on and that cockwomble's talking about politics. And I'm thinking, right, well, you used to be a professional footballer. What the freaking hell do you know about politics? And why are you on the television talking about politics? You know, I don't really give a shit what you think. Stick to playing your football. That's the way I look at it. But that's not really what you was going on about, is it, Rodney?
No, because I don't. Just because somebody plays a game, you don't know what they do in their private life as far as how much research they do or how much knowledge. You can actually, if you sit down and listen to an interview with somebody, like we always refer to Joe Rogan. So if we listen to Joe Rogan, if you didn't listen to hours of his content, you wouldn't know his opinion on anything. So I'm not saying that because he's a MMA commentator, or because what was that show he used to do when they used to eat all kind of crazy?
Fear Factor.
Yeah, because he was a host on Fear Factor, that he doesn't have a political opinion. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if I could get rid of our obsession with what they do as if it's more important than our own.
Right.
If I never saw the sensationalism of another human being's opinion, or
so basically you want to get rid of our fascination for celebrities.
Right.
That's what you're trying to say, really, isn't it? You want to get, let celebrities play football or do whatever they do, or comedians. Why do we have to know the ins and outs of them? Leave them to get on to the football and whatever. We don't need to know all about them, do we?
Again, it's not quite what I'm saying. It's not quite what I'm saying.
Fucking hell. This is hard work tonight, Howard, isn't it?
Yeah, I,
I hope for
I
God's sake you say Game of Thrones because it makes things a hell of a lot easier.
no, I'm not saying that I don't necessarily want to know because it's interesting. I'm saying our obsession with it,
Right. Okay.
our obsession with what they do,
Right.
and how they do it and what they say. Our obsession, the people, and I include myself because I tune into it. Shit, they wouldn't put it on there if people, where it wasn't tuning
It's
in.
like
right. Okay.
like the old show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. It's like, it's like for people who kind of obsess over like which I used to watch that show all the time when I was a kid. Or TMZ, like we got to get the latest gossip on what this person's doing. Oh, they're wearing Gucci and now they're not wearing whatever brand anymore. Oh, why is this? Does this mean that they're depressed? It's like, oh gosh.
It's a story of somebody unfollow something. A famous person unfollows somebody, and they like there's a whole segment on that.
Well, I mean, you look at the Kardashians; they've made the whole empire from what you're basically talking about, haven't they?
Yeah.
The whole world is fascinated by the Kardashians, and really, I mean, who the fuck are they? How did they get to where they are?
I'm not fascinated by them.
No, but people are, aren't they? They got their own shows and all that shit. How did they get to where they are today? What initially? Who are they?
Well, I know their pops was like one of the lawyers on O.J. Simpson's dream team, or he was part of that dream team, and then I think after that it was like a sex tape, and from there,
like another one, Paris Hilton. Her old man owns the Hilton hotels, right? And she's basically got to where she has really from, shall we say, opening up her legs and just basically the world finding out everything about her that really nobody's really interested about. Would you say? Yeah, I like that one. Well done, Rodney. Yeah, I like that one. It took a while to get there, but it was a good one. I like that one.
Hey, I'm trying to carry a show on my back.
Well, we did say at the beginning of the show, didn't we, Howard? You can't say Lord of the Rings this week. Not Lord of the Rings. What was it? That program you don't like? What was it?
I can't mention it. You said I couldn't mention it. So.
Because there's only 3 of us on this week. We need to drag it out a little bit longer than 10 minutes. So, who's going to go next then? Did you want to volunteer next, or shall I go next?
I'll go next.
Go on then.
I'm just going to mention this show on I think it's on HBO now, but I don't want to talk. No, I thought about this.
Game of Thrones,
which is somebody's outside. I thought about this, and this is something I brought before. I'm guilty of it, and I think we're all guilty of it. Is unless we're talking about like one of the shows where we're saying like what our upcoming goals are, like what are your goals for this month or whatever. Let's stop or try to stop saying what we are going to do regarding something. So I guess the topic to put into the vault to never to talk about again is, oh, I'm going to do this. Instead of like, let's say we are or I have done so and so towards whatever it is you're going to do.
How would Harmony say that? I think she would have an opinion on what you're talking about. How would she say that?
I don't know, because she ain't freaking here, so it doesn't
matter.
Wait, she's out.
Sorry, there's a knock at the door. Just a second. Let's see.
Okay, who is it? Is he being serious now? Is there actually a knock?
I think there's an appearance of
or is
who
Harmony going to rock up?
Texas Harmony, yeah. Hey, Texas Harmony. We were just mentioning your.
Hi guys. I haven't seen her for a while, have we? To be fair.
Why don't you come say hi to everybody?
Here we go. Okay.
Oh, hi everybody. It's Texas Harmony. How y'all doing today?
You're right. How's things?
Oh, I've just been hunting. Just doing lots of hunting. It's really good. Hunting's quite good. Hunting and looking at the hunter moon or hunter's moon.
What have you got on your feet?
Oh, I got some sandals.
You haven't got some welly boots on, hunter welly boots?
No welly boots. Nope, not today.
What did you have to eat today?
I had, thank you for asking. I had avocado toast, but it was on artisan bread. With a little bit of like, what do you call those things on it? Like chives or chivies. I think it's how it's
Chivies?
yeah, chivies.
Right.
But
The average Joe here, look, he's put his thumbs down. I don't know what he's saying here. I don't know.
Avocado toast.
no avocado toast. Ah,
Is he putting his thumbs down for avocado toast, or is he chucking oranges at your impression of harmony?
well, no, this is not an impression. I'm Texas
Oh, sorry.
Harmony.
Sorry, I do
I'm a
apologize.
live person. Howard, real quick, you couldn't hear it over there. What? You couldn't hear it, but he kind of gave me a rundown of what we're talking about here. And yes, you just need to fucking do it, okay? This
Yeah.
is Texas Harmony.
Right.
Just
Okay,
fucking
I'll
do
get
it.
you.
Stop talking about it. I don't want to hear your bullshit about it. Grow some fucking balls and do it.
So is that what Howard's saying that he wants to put in the vault? Is it?
That's
It's-
pretty
he
much.
just- He just wants people to stop setting goals. He just wants people to start doing things and getting on with it.
That's it. Howard needs to grow a pair and just say how he feels, but he doesn't do that.
Right.
That's right.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for that, Texas Harmony.
That's fine.
What are you about now? Are you going off and doing something?
I'm about to go run about 200 miles with my dog and then grab at my dog every 5 minutes to be quiet.
If I had a gong, I'd hit it right now. If I had a gong, I would hit somebody right now. It wouldn't be a gong. Jesus, man. Anyway.
Well, the Gong Show. I love that show. Oh yeah.
Well, thank you, Harmony. Thank you for joining us.
Yep. I got some another avocado toast here in my pants. I'm saving that for a later time because I'm going to go run 200 miles.
Sounds like Neil Young.
Neil Young. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were.
Did I start this?
All right, I gotta go. Bye bye. Okay, cheerio. Bye bye. I gotta go hunting. Ooh, hunting.
See you later. Bye.
Right, gotta go hunting. Bye bye.
Do you ever get that impression in times in your life there, Rodney, where you feel like you've just...
He's still going through it.
Do you ever get that feeling in life sometimes where you feel like somebody's put a date rape drug in your drink, or you've taken some magic mushrooms and you can't recall ever taking it, but just you feel like you're going to have a bit of a hallucinogenic, a kind of thing going on behind the scenes? Do you ever feel like that?
Yeah, I think I live in a perpetual state of that. Just
Right.
out of it.
Okay.
Just I try to stay out of it. Just
Right. Right. Okay.
What's up? I mean, how did she do? I
it's,
I was over here like just chilling. I couldn't hear what you guys were all talking about. So
basically, room 5, what we want to lock in the vault at the moment is Rodney's topic, which is celebrity interests that we don't really give a fuck about.
we might have to lock Texas Harmony in.
Right? Yeah. Or we've got Texas Harmony and Howard's stop setting goals and just fucking get on with it.
okay.
I hope for Christ's
Or
sake.
Texas Harmony. I've heard Ronnie said
okay.
Texas Harmony may be locked in the vault. So
Right. Okay. Well, do you want to listen?
Looks like
do you want to hear what I want to put in? What I would be interested in putting in the vault?
Yeah,
hopefully it's Game of Thrones.
No, it's people that we've got here in the UK, right? And I don't know if you get them over in America, but they're just normal people. But they just tend to go over the top at certain times of the year on decorations, right? So, like, prime example is once upon a time when I was a little boy, we didn't celebrate Halloween, like you Americans did, all the trick or treat and all that sort of stuff. Now we celebrate trick or treating. It's a massive industry over here, like it is over in the States, right? But you'll have people that will just go over the top. So they will be like decorating the house for like days and days, just going to the local shops, buying cheap shit, plastering the house and just making it look ridiculously corny and crap, right? And then it comes to Christmas, right? They will put hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Christmas lights all around the house. We're going through a global energy crisis at the moment, right? The price of energy is going through the roof here in the UK, but I guarantee you those people that are moaning that they can't afford their electricity bills this Christmas will have thousands of lights outside the front of the house, right? It's just pathetic. the amount of stupid lights at the front of people's houses at Christmas. So what I would like to put in the vault in room 5 is people that just go over the top over seasons of the year with decorations and Christmas lights. Do any of you know any of these people?
First thing I think of is Christmas Vacation with all the lights. But
I think that these people that we're talking about over here in the UK, I think they're people that's come from America. Because, you know, no disrespect to you Americans, you have to be bigger and better, don't you, than the rest of the world. And you have to go OTT on stuff. And it never used to be like it over here. But now, Christmas lights, honestly, there's people over the road that when they turn, they spend 2 or 3 days putting their Christmas lights up. And when they do, right, the whole street is lit up all through the night and everything. And then my missus wants me to put Christmas lights up. Oh, because we've got to be like the neighbours, And before you know it, you've got streets of lights using up energy and stuff like that. So that's what I propose to put in the vote is people that put stupid amounts of Christmas decorations up and Christmas lights, Halloween gear, OTT, if you ask my opinion.
I don't mind it. I don't do it.
That's because you're one of them. And yeah, you're one of them. I bet you're one of them.
No, actually, I haven't decorated anything in years. But I think if I had the wherewithal, I think I would do it. But I don't mind that, man. That's
there's a difference between putting decorations up, right, and actually putting PowerPoints outside the front of your house because you've got, 400 bulbs or 1,000 bulbs going up, with loads of different colors. There's a difference, isn't there, Howard?
do they have in England neighborhoods that they put up like lights and so they have like people can come through and look at them and yeah, they have that a lot here. They get like audacious amount of lights and decorations and mechanical Santas waving in the window. And
that's the people that I'm talking about, Howard. You know
is that something that that's like that's only certain places though. Like it's not everybody. It's usually the same people every year. Would you say?
That is pretty much any poor area of the UK. When you've got your poor communities, people will go to the shitty shops like B&M and half-price places, and they will buy copious amounts of lights, and they will plaster them all up at the front of the house. Tacky lights, different coloured lights, flashing, reindeers. The gardens every year get more and more stuff in the gardens. Before you know it, you've got, like you say, we've got one up the road up here, and they do it for charity, to be fair. You go up there and have a look, and it's all nicely done, and you put some money in a charity box and for the Christmas lights. But there's people that it just looks terrible. You must have got it when you walk past people's houses in America, and there's lights that look absolutely horrific. There are literally people in my neighborhood who compete with each other unofficially against each other. Exactly. That's the people that I'm talking about, is people that go OTT at Christmas, having competitions with one another to see who can get the most shittest, tackiest Christmas lights up or Halloween stuff, all of that sort of stuff. Go on, Howard.
I would like to see you, Mark, go and confront these people. Do you know how tacky your house looks?
You know what I might do? For my podcast? I might actually do a live and just start walking around the neighborhoods at Christmas and seeing and showing you, guys, how shit the lights look.
No, don't do that. Do what Howard said. Go confront. Yeah, I want you confronting these people.
Yeah. That'll get you to 1K on TikTok really easily, man.
local fighting. So there we are. I mean, we're like, we've been going for about nearly half an hour, and we've near enough done it as it is. So we've got celebrities that we don't need to know their shit about. Rodney's fed up of knowing everything about celebrity shit. Howard, what was yours? People that set goals, that just get on with their lives, just stop setting fucking goals and just get out there and do the shit anyway.
Not stop setting goals, but stop saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that.
Right.
Just talk about it when you've already done it.
People that say they, instead of getting on with it, so they talk about it and they never achieve it. Is that what you're saying? You
mean the people that you don't want people, sharing that they're going to do stuff? You want to more show me when after you're done, what exactly?
Yeah. The only exception would be if we're on here and we're talking about our goals for the month. That's okay because you haven't achieved it yet. But not saying, well, I'm gonna do this. And then majority of the time we don't ever do it.
People like me then that say they're going to lose weight and they never lose weight.
And then come on and say, oh, I've shit the bed.
Right.
Oh, go ahead.
Or there's my topic of people that just go OTT on Christmas decorations and Christmas lights and have to be better than everybody else. So I nominate the average Joe, I think, to basically pick what he thinks he would like to put in the vault. So the average Joe, if you are up for that, just put a thumb up or a thumb down. Are you part of it? Would you like to be up for the challenge of picking tonight's topic to go in the vault?
I threw in the average Joe's his choice for be put in the vault as an honorable mention that can be voted on if he wishes, if he wants to do it.
What's that? That star shower projector?
I'm tired of the star shower projector. I don't even know what a star shower projector is.
It's a light. I have one of those, by the way. You put it outside in your yard and it projects stuff onto your house.
You are one of these people now.
No, I
you are one of these fucking people that annoy me.
That's the only one I did have that a couple of years.
It's nothing worse. You're in bed, right? You're in bed, and you're trying to get to sleep, and there's fucking lights coming up into your bedroom from your next door neighbour who's got a projector blaring out. Surely it must piss you off because it does my nut in.
No, I don't. There's nothing like that on my street. So.
No, I reckon there is, Howard, don't you? So anyway, the average Joe, would you like to pick a topic there? I'm about to drive, but let's put this up. Let's have a look here. The average Joe says, I'm about to drive, but I have a vote is definitely Mark. So he's picking my topic to go in the room 5 vault. So thank you very much for that, the average Joe. I do appreciate that.
Joe, what's up, man? I thought we was.
He's chosen this week the over-the-top decorator. 100%. They just boil my shit. So thank you very much for that. And perhaps you would like to come on one week and be part of, room 5 so that we can make it last a little bit longer because, there's only 3 of us here this week. So
I'm texting Texas Harmony saying that she survived another week.
No.
So what's occurring this week then, guys? In the next week, what's occurring?
Well, I was supposed to do a live last Saturday, but there was a communication mix-up where I was asking the guest that are we still on, and he was waiting for me to send him the link. So I was waiting for him to confirm that we're still doing it. On a Friday, he hit me like, "Hey, you didn't send me the link," but he didn't respond to my email to confirm that we're still on. So we messed that up. So maybe we'll try to get that in on Sunday, and hopefully we'll get that in. I think it'll be fun.
That's possibly something that you could put in the room 05 next week. Next time. Room 5, people that can't organize a piss up in a brewery.
Well, then that would be me, and we both would have been in there. I don't want to go in there.
I'd say. What about you, Howard? What you got coming up this next week? Are you busy, man?
Well, I'll say what I have done. The manufacturer, it took a look at the label, said it looks perfect. It's great. I got the gentleman to do some corrections on it. So, yeah. Oh, and I'm still looking for insurance. Another agent said they couldn't find me insurance. So,
right. Okay.
If anybody knows any companies that do dietary supplement insurance.
So now for that, what are the requirements? Like, what do you actually have to do or prove to get that? Why is that something that's hard to get?
Well, the only one I know is the first agent said they wouldn't cover it because I formulated it. So I'm assuming I have to get like a PhD or something to sign off on it that they formulate, and then they would cover it. I don't know.
They think it's sherbet. That's what they think it is. They don't actually think it is a protein powder. They just think it's some lemon sherbet.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay.
You know what sherbet is?
I know what sherbet is, yeah.
Yeah, well, perhaps
I
you
don't know
just
why you say it that way, but
what lemon sherbet.
I don't know why you say
It's
Yeah,
Austin Powers, wasn't it? Austin Powers.
Did Austin Powers say that?
Lemon
Ah.
sherbet.
I'm surprised you know that movie.
Oh, it's a good film. Good film. I used to like Austin Powers.
Wow.
It kind of reminded me a little bit of myself, to be honest with you. I am the man of the mystery.
So do you think he nails a British guy?
Who?
Mike Myers.
100%. 100%. Yeah. 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 Definitely a 1970s kind of like English porn star with shit teeth and hairy chest and thick glasses. Kind of reminds me a little bit of myself, to be fair. I'd do a good Austin Powers, to be fair. But
Yeah, I always wonder, like, there's certain things when especially if you're watching it and you know specifically either about the culture or about, a particular brand. Like when you watching and if you see, does it affect you if you watch it and you like, like this is not even they shoot they're shooting their shot trying to nail that British accent or the mannerisms or the time frame, but you saying that they did a good job, so I imagine he did his research.
I mean, I don't really know because I think they're just basically really taking the piss out of the James Bond films. That's
For
what
sure.
they're doing, aren't they?
For sure.
So the James Bond films were around. They were done in like the 60s and the 70s. So that was when like the English people did used to talk like that, and it was they don't talk like that at all anymore. The English language has changed and the 70s is a lot has changed, but I just think that I would watch it at Austin Powers and I would laugh because I can relate to living in those times when people did talk like that and the British were like that, and the James Bond films were around. So I think that they did do a very good job on taking the piss out of James Bond
and use words like shag and all of that.
Yeah, baby, yeah. Yeah, I used to say that word, shag. It's a nice word. Do you actually know what a shag is?
No, tell me.
It's a bird.
Okay.
Or
maybe you should go as Austin Powers for Halloween.
Or it's a pouch of baccy. They used to make pipe baccy called shag baccy. So yeah, I was a good film. I did like it. Are you guys James Bond fans? Are you into your James Bond films?
Yeah, I like James Bond.
Who was your favorite James Bond?
Probably Roger Moore, Sir Roger Moore.
Yeah.
Was he a sir? Was he knighted?
Roger Moore. I'm not sure if he was.
I know Sean Connery was knighted, right?
Yeah.
Just one ping. That's only Sean Connery impersonation.
I would like the people that's watching this to tell us now, right? If you're watching here, out of Rodney, me, or Howard, which one do you think would be a perfect next James Bond?
Oh, stop it. Me.
Come on.
Who would be the next? Who would be the best James Bond?
You throwing little.
I want to be Dr. Evil.
Yeah, you throwing a little home court advantage because you got the little accent and all that. Stop it.
No, because it's all going down a different route now, isn't it? With James Bond, it's I reckon that you could be the next James Bond, the
James
first
Bond.
black James Bond. That would be awesome. And
James Bond is more than the accent. It's like how he just interacts with everybody and his coolness factor, the suave, which I definitely do not have. No.
So what we're saying here between us, I mean, I don't know what the viewers think, but what we're saying between us then is we reckon that Rodney would probably be a good fucking James Bond. Yeah. License to Kill.
I'd recommend. Yeah,
Mr.
I'd recommend that. If they have any casting calls for James Bond, I'm putting Rodney's name in there. Like, you need to go Rodney.
Yeah.
So what are some other things, talk about? What are some other things that I have, some James Bond qualities? Go ahead.
Do we have the cricket sound in there?
How you nominate me for some shit? Foul.
I reckon you could drive a car fast. I reckon you'd be good at doing that. So if you're being chased through the streets of London, you could, apart from you'd be driving on the wrong side of the street, so you'd probably cause a massive crash rather than trying to get away from things.
So I'm actually a very slow, cautious driver.
Uh,
Well, that's good because it's expensive cars. So, that's good. You don't want to wreck those expensive cars.
I'm surprised they haven't done an American James Bond, to be honest with you.
Well, they have that stuff. They have like Vin Diesel did like Triple X. It's
Vin
like
Diesel.
yeah, there's all of these. I mean, what's the difference between and other than like the blood and the guts, but like what's the difference between like James Bond and like Rambo or something like that?
Fucking hell. Imagine Sylvester Stallone as James Bond. Yeah. Have a nice day, motherfucker. That would be Die Hard. That's not Rocky, but
Yeah, or Bruce Willis. He's essentially, James Bond is like a one-man wrecking crew. You send him in there to, he tears shit up, gets out of there, a couple of little scrapes and whatever. Although there wasn't now I guess now that they do it a little bit. No, that's not even realistic, but it's a little more realistic where, you see him bumped and bruised. Where years ago, I don't think I saw like James Bond. Did Roger Moore or Sean Connery or
no. The
Pierce,
hair was
Pierce Brosnan or any of them, did they get a scratch on them?
no, and the hair was never out of place or anything, was it?
Right. So
Who-
I think now with Daniel Craig, he seemed like a little bit more, like they played in more on it, like he was a human being.
So who would your favorite James Bond villain be then?
The one he dropped in the smokestack, the bald head dude. Was it Blofeld?
Which James Bond is this? Because I haven't seen any James Bond from like the 90s onwards. I've not seen any.
Nah, it might have been was it For Your Eyes Only? I don't know. It was one he dropped. He had him he was on a wheelchair. I think it might have been the bald dude. He dropped him in the in the smokestack.
Which James Bond film was that?
I don't remember.
No. I think my favorite would have been Knick Knack. Remember the odd job, the one that used to throw the hat.
Oh yeah.
The Chinese dude.
He used to do them Nissan commercials over in the States. The man from Nissan.
He used to scare the shit out of me when he would be behind the picture in the walls, and you just see his fucking eyes going around like that. Do you know what I mean? In the walls. Another good one as well was Jaws, the one with the bit metal teeth.
I was gonna say Jaws. He scared me. He scared me as a kid. I remember seeing him as a kid, being a little nervous about him.
We've actually met him.
No. I'm watching when he came on screen.
Right. Okay. Yeah. What about you, Howard? Who would be your favorite James Bond villain?
I don't know. I don't know any of them other than Jaws. I don't remember any of them. I wasn't really a big James Bond fan.
No, nor am I, to be honest with you.
Was it what was her name? Was it View to a Kill? With oh gosh, what was the lady's name?
The one that came out the water, the sexy one.
No. Well, she isn't, it's up to your preference. Golly. All right, I'll probably remember it and say it in Voxer chat.
What's Lee got to do about it? Were you saying he would know if he was here?
No, I said golly.
Oh, right.
Not Lee.
Okay, golly. Did any of you see today that Madonna has basically said that she's gay?
No, I don't have an obsession with celebrities and what they say.
I was about to say this would be a good time to bring up Rodney's suggestion.
No, Madonna.
On another note, the homie's gonna be in the movie soon.
Oh yeah. Is he still going after what's her name, Lori? Is that the whole purpose of it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, it is. Let me stop.
Mm-hmm. I got
and Lori's now like 90 years old, so it's like geriatric Halloween.
Oh, just pissing my Cheerios, Howard.
What's your favorite Halloween film then? Is that your favorite Halloween film, Rodney?
I mean, I guess the first one, you know what I'm saying? Because it introduced the character. I like a lot of them, but they did a lot of, the 80s and 90s was filled with like, hey, we got a hit. Let's make another one. And it just gets watered down. But I like the first one. The music, it wasn't blood and guts. It was, it was mystery. It was murder, but it was creepy as well. So I enjoyed that. I would say the first one. That got me hooked.
What's your favorite Halloween film? Howard?
It gets a lot of hate. I thought the third one, even though it didn't have Michael Myers in it, I thought that was kind of interesting.
Like that?
I thought it was interesting. The premise of it I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah, is that a
And
Halloween?
the end of it, I was like, okay, it wasn't a happy ending. You know, I was
No,
like,
the
that's
end of
good.
it is great. I can't say that the ending of it wasn't good. The ending of it was great with him yelling and screaming and the that Silver Shamrock commercial
Yeah,
playing.
he's like, turn it off, or whatever it
Yeah,
was he said.
yeah.
Shut
Yeah, no,
up.
the ending was great, but it just I don't know, it threw me off because when they said Halloween 3, I'm like, okay. And as a kid, I'm like disappointed. Where's Michael Myers at?
Mhm.
I don't think that I've ever seen Halloween.
No surprise there.
No,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of like horror films. I do like horror films, but I don't think that I've seen. I don't think I've seen it. What would your favorite horror film be? Would it be Friday the 13th?
Yeah, mine is I like the Friday the 13th. Jason is as far as horror, Jason is my favorite
Yeah. See,
horror
I used
character.
to like. I used to like. God, there was loads that I like. Hellraiser. Remember the
Oh,
Hellraisers? They were good.
they just made a new one.
They.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I think it might be a reimagining of it. Because it looks like Pinhead is a lady.
Oh, shut up! Fuck's sake. That's
Save
right.
it.
Let's
Save it.
turn it
Another
right
room,
back. Let's
another
turn it
vault.
right back. Another vote. Put in it. Change. Yeah, I don't even need to say it, do I? I don't even need to say it.
Are you changing your vote?
Oh, fuck me.
Save it.
Making
That's another one.
James Bond a woman or making Pinhead a woman. Let's just put that in the vault. Turn things completely round.
I like the original Hellraiser, the first one, but all the other ones are kind of like getting a little crappy. I don't know. It's just
It's
the
like
ones
when
that I
they're
saw.
Karate Kid a few years ago, didn't they? And they put Will Smith's son as the Karate Kid. And I mean,
Like you said, if they think it's going to make money, they're going to keep milking that dry until they can.
But yeah, but I mean, they tried it. I don't know if it worked or not. And it's art. Art is subjective anyway. If you don't, you know,
did,
I don't hold like if the character is done well, I don't really hold
but
like
it
ah
didn't.
man, they
It
changed it.
wasn't done well, was it? It was shit.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. But the original Karate Kid was more nostalgic than anything because when you when you look back at what they actually were doing, is that karate? What is that they're doing?
I don't know.
But
Karate.
I'm saying when you think about it, when you look back at it, what they were doing back then as far as the martial arts, was that good to you? It was good back then when you look at it now. Was it actually good?
I don't know. It was a
Well, I
long, long
thought
time
the
ago.
first Star Wars when Obi-Wan
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa,
and
whoa,
Darth
whoa,
Vader
whoa,
were doing a
whoa, whoa,
lightsaber battle.
whoa,
I thought
whoa,
that was
whoa,
great until you see it again. They're
whoa.
like, "What the hell are they
Yeah,
doing?"
right. When you see it later, it just looks, but we not touching Star Wars. That'll never go in the vault. I'm
Okay,
just saying.
all right. Star
Oh,
Wars is off limits for putting off limits.
it was like when Jean-Claude Van Damme would do the kickboxing moves, and he would like manage to do like 3 or 4 spins when he kicks him in the head, like every time. Do you know what I mean? It's just like there's no way that's going to happen. I know
Yeah.
where you
Jean
come from on that. Yeah, it was
Jean-Claude
good.
Van Damme is great,
Oh, he's a
great
legend.
hero of mine.
Yeah, he's still a legend in my mind. He's still a legend.
Bloodsport,
He-
he can't see, and then he sees the referee and pushes him out of the way.
no,
What
it's
was it
more,
like? What do you have? Like he got like some salt in his eye, something like that.
Yeah, he threw like the dust over his
Yeah,
eye. You could see his eye.
yeah, they had to make the bad guy has to cheat.
And then when he
He
does the
can't win a
complete
fair fight.
splits and then punches the guy right in the nuts, it's like,
It
oh, damn.
definitely can't. The bad guy definitely has to cheat all the time.
I liked Kickboxer when he was being trained up on that right out in the middle of
In the
nowhere,
tree.
and he's kicking the shit out of that tree, and the little Chinese boy goes. He just laughs and turns his head. Well, Jean-Claude Van Damme's rolling around on the floor with his leg that's literally snapped. He just like dips his head, has a little laugh, and just turns his head.
Now,
Yeah.
when as somebody who you've done martial arts, like when you look at stuff, how do you judge that stuff? Are you just like I'm just entertained, or are you looking at it like, come on, man, I can't, we can't be doing this?
I think that I actually enjoyed the film Kickboxer better after learning martial arts than when I first watched it back in the 90s because I mean the thing is when you actually do Muay Thai and stuff like that, when you watch Muay Thai, the original traditional Muay Thai, you're not going, Howard?
Yeah, I gotta head out.
Oh fucking hell, that's it, we better call it off then. Hey?
No, go ahead, continue.
No, when the traditional Muay Thai, they do actually kick trees. They need to strengthen their muscle. They need to strengthen their shins up. So that sort of shit does go on. And when you watch that film and you think, oh fucking hell, that would never. It does actually happen. Traditional Muay Thai, they do strengthen up the shins by kicking stuff like that. But kicking walls and pillars and watching the whole pillars and walls shaking is a little bit far fetched, I think, isn't it? But there you are. Anyway, he's gone.
And there he goes.
There you are. Should we call it a day?
Yeah, man. Unless you got more to talk, I'll talk to a tree stump. So
yeah, no, I'm about done. But guys, thank you very much for watching this episode. Watching us put in my topic into the vault, the room 5, and it was this week, like we said, people that put excess Christmas decorations up and all that sort of shit, so that's in the vault. So now it's 1-1-1. You, me, and Harmony have all got a point each there, Rodney.
Yeah, so, I'm protesting this win. I don't, how could you not like Christmas lights? Come on.
I like Christmas lights. I don't like stupid amounts of Christmas lights. Actually, no, I don't like Christmas lights. I don't like Christmas. I hate Christmas. It's one of the busiest times of the year for me. It's always pissing down with rain. So right for you over in America, you get snow at Christmas. All we get is rain and wind. So no, I think we should just put Christmas in the vault, to be honest with you.
All right. Well, listen, man. I mean, it's fair and square. I mean, I guess it was done fair and square.
Lisa's just put here now, right? I would have voted for Howard today.
To put him in the box, or his impression of his
anyway, it's been emotional there, Rodney. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for you guys at home for joining us and interacting with us this evening. We may be here next week, we may not be here next week. We're gonna have to try and track down Harmony. We're gonna have to try and track down Lee and get all of us back together again. But we've just all got busy lives, mate, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean it happens. So but this is no different than what we used to do in our behind the scenes. It's essentially the same thing, other than we really, we spent more time behind the scenes, just kind of beating each other up a little bit more.
Yeah.
But no, some days people are not available. And remember, you think most people don't know that at this point it's 5 of us, but there was, how many people have actually come in and out? What would you say? We had at least 20, 25
of us. Yeah.
So
and they realized that we talk shit a lot of the time and just left us. So we narrowed it down to 5, didn't it? Yeah. So if you'd like to be one of those people that would like to join us, hear us talking shit every day, get in contact with us. Yeah. And don't forget to like and subscribe and tell the world about how amazing this podcast is. What is this? Is it a podcast? Is it a YouTube? What actually? How would you describe what we do?
I guess it's just a chat. What do you say? Sitting down in the pub. Of course you get non-alcoholic drinks, but
I've actually had one. There.
What's that called?
I can't. It's by Low Tide. My camera's jibbing out. Low Tide, and it's called Easy Sunshine, and it was an IPA.
Yeah, I mean it's a chat. You know what I'm saying? You're just chatting with 5 people from different parts of the world, different perspectives.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining us. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Please consider that. And this podcast does actually go out as an audio podcast, doesn't it? So just go and find us 5 Deep on wherever you get your audio your audio platform, wherever it is. Go and listen to it that way. And we will see you same time, same place next week. So stay safe, stay classy, and until then, put your Christmas lights up.